All right. So how do I see myself as a creative person? I think it brings us back to the art for the church and art by the church. How I see myself as a creative person within the art for the church, I think writing songs that the church can sing along to, and creating that, be it songs that either taking scriptures that God is highlighting for the church, and try to put them to music, or words that seem to be coming up a lot. There was a season here where we were talking a lot about neighborhoods, and I was like, there are no worship songs that have the word neighborhood. It's kind of been trendy to use the word city now in worship songs, which I think it's a God-given thing, but even a smaller scale. So I think personal creativity helps basically, I think, narrow in some of the prayers of the church, and give a tangible side to it that people can engage with and say, yeah, I wanted to say that. As far as like the other side of that coin, which is art by the church, I think the art by the church has less fences. There's an objectiveness to the art for the church, and then there's a subjectiveness to the art by the church. And so you see some artists within the church that aren't exactly, kind of don't fit into your narrow, and you're like, man, sometimes they can be more depressed or focusing more on the minor themes of Scripture. There's some darker tones. And then you can see, or some other Christians focus in on the dominant themes of Scripture, the major themes, new heavens, new earth, it's going to be great. And but there's a subjectiveness to it in the sense that it's kind of art in all of life. And so I think where I love that creative side of me is that you're kind of inviting people into something where the intelligibility piece is really important on Sunday mornings, or when the church gathers for the sake of encouragement. I think art by the church, you can invite somebody in to something and not try to explain as much. That I could kind of I could get away with more. And so I think when I write songs just on my own, not for a Sunday morning context, I can think a little more outside the box, and not feel like as constrained by those things. And I love that side of it too, because I feel like I can be more creative. I can use some more imagery or things that I don't have to just come out and say it. So there's that piece I think is really important. I mean, I see myself as a songwriter, and even honestly, some of the personal creativity entails calling other artists into some of that, and so not as a manager, but as an inspirer of the arts.